Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. I do have an orthodontic device in my mouth, so appliance. So my speech is a tiny bit slurred. I may sound like, well, you know, I kind of thought I sounded like Sylvester the Pussycat. Some people have said Daffy Duck, but you know, whatever. It's all good. I am going to tell you though that my tongue is really sore this morning. So my speech is probably not going to be as good as it has been. It's been improving, but there's two metal bars on the roof of my mouth that lead up to, I don't know what it is. It's a piece of plastic or ceramic. I have no idea. But those two metal bars have been digging into my tongue. And I literally have like these deep indentations in my tongue right now. So there probably won't be any videos tomorrow, I'm gonna say, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure I got Saggy and Cappies, my two most patient signs, done today. But bear with me. Oh, so what are we doing? We're doing the fairies this week. We're gonna pull out a fairy card for you guys, and then we're gonna see what the fairy would like you to release, what would they like you to embrace, what is unknown to you that could be, that is like a hidden factor in whatever you're dealing with, as well as what is the energy coming towards you. There is an extended at the end of this reading, and in the extended we focus on your inner child. So I do pull another fairy card out of in the extended reading, and that card is going to represent the archetypal energy of your inner child. So it's kind of like your deeper soul. They're pretty deep readings, actually. They've been kind of interesting. And then your inner child will speak to you in that reading. So let's get started with this one. These have been really good. I really like doing these. And I'm sort of used to a lot of chit chat while I do it. I'm really saving my tongue and my breath for your reading here. It's a whole new Cindy. It's the only way of doing Cindy. Oh, you're gonna be sassy, are you? Two, you know my tongue hurts. Two, the moon's daughter, laced the moon's daughter, and the rar. Number 38 and 52. Interesting. It's kind of like, you know what I find? I find as I'm doing the readings, you know, I started Aquarius and then I moved through, and kind of like goes the way I plan. And then as you get further into the week, I think the signs that have been waiting the longest, it's like they get a little sassy and you guys start making more cards come out. It's like, we waited this long, we want more. Want more, Cindy. But you know what? This is Sunday. And on the calendar, Sunday is the first day of the week. I really don't understand how that works. But anyways. So in a way, maybe this is the first reading of the week, right? Yeah, you can look at it that way, Sag. 38. What the heck's going on? Oh God, there's so much to read through. Laced Moon's Daughter. Okay, this is the first one. So you have two. You basically have two fairies coming out. The other one is almost like a little ball of energy though, isn't it? Interesting that I would say that. So it almost feels like this is sort of a message coming to you from a fairy. And then this, whatever this is going to be, is a message to you about energy, perhaps. Let's see how it plays out. Okay. Light cast in shadows, spiritual guidance, illumination, and riddles. She is the bringer of light in the darkness, yet moonlight both reveals and conceals. Her bright fairy hoofprints light the path ahead of you, guiding you through the dark. She is also one of the guides at the passages between the other worlds and this one. It is she who, with her bright light, tends the gate of revelation, showing us the way through illumination, while her sister, Epona's wild daughter, helps guide us through the gate of despair. Laced's gate is much more fun. Yet in the process of guiding us, Lace may pull a veil of cloud across the face of her mother, the moon. Three steps later we fall into a bog. That should wake you up, she thinks, smiling wisely. She disapproves of sleepwalking, which is something that most of us humans do a great deal of the time. The night contains too much magic and beauty and wisdom to walk through it unseen. You may find her activities helpful. You may find them frustrating. How you take them is entirely up to you, but they are intended to help you awaken. Bear in mind that she does not trip us. She merely places an obstacle or a pitfall in our path, and we, sleepwalking and unaware, step right into it. We don't have to do that. As always, it is our choice. It's kind of a fun way. I mean, it's the moon's daughter. It represents a lot of the moon energy that you would get in the tarot, like the things that are unseen, going towards the unknown, kind of breaking that fear barrier. But what I like about this is she's talking about kind of being aware through it, like really being present in the moment. Because you're not going to trip over those things, right? If you're present, those things might actually be there to give you little detours to guide you. Okay, so in the reading, you may be finding apparently random events and ideas are falling into a pattern and beginning to make sense to you. Things may be flowing more easily than you are accustomed to, and your decisions and choices may be bringing an unusually high degree of success. Psychic abilities, hunches, intuitions, foreknowings are becoming clearer and making more sense. Trust the process. Laced also brings psychic dreams, for lighting the future and illuminating the present. These dreams often speak in symbols, as fairies are wont to do. That's interesting. It does feel like she's speaking to you. She's coming forward to speak to you about a very intuitive and psychic cycle that you're in or moving into. So let's look at number 52 and see how this all sort of comes together. Well, we'll really see how it comes together when we pull out the tarot cards. Oh, wow. Okay. So this is the Rar. The Rar. Wild energy, potent, pure potential. I don't know why I said potent. Maybe that's for someone. Oh, sorry. If you hear like a little voice in the background, it's my son. His room is next door and he's chit-chatting with a friend online. Once upon a time, there were 3 pink boys, more or less, and a Rar, who all played in Brian's son, Toby's bedroom. That's kind of funny that I just said if you hear a little voice, it's my son in his bedroom over there. They liked the midnight tea parties, the magical ambience, and of course they liked Toby. Unfortunately, the pink boys got too rowdy, and Brian had to throw them out into the garden, which was where they belonged anyway. The Rar learned from the experience in a Rarish way, and it quieted down a bit during the midnight hours. Rar are not naughty or wicked, just energetic. Sounds so much like a little boy. They're also not very discriminating. They like to join into whatever excitement is going on and add energy to it. In a way, they are pure potential, and they potentize whatever is happening. Wow. Rars are attracted to mobs, rioting, and to meditation groups rising toward ecstasy and to any other strong energy states. I just said wow because they're pure potential, and they potentize whatever is happening. It kind of makes me feel a bit like, it hasn't been said yet, but it might add potency to whatever energy is coming through in your reading. And that's psychic and intuitive right now. Rars are a bit like Tigger in the Pooh stories. I was kind of picturing that. They bounce, they zoom, they go off on wild tangents. Brian has painted a wild tangent yet. Oh, Brian hasn't painted a wild tangent yet, as far as I know, but I know what they look like, having encountered more than my share. Brian is the guy who's created these. Think of the roar of a growling dog, the roar of an engine revving up, the of a purring cat, and the R and arag. As I say, roars don't discriminate. It is up to us to do that. They put a live spark into whatever is happening. It is our choice what we do with it. Okay, so in the reading, a roar in your cards encourages you to be especially attentive to what you are doing with your energy and intentions. Don't get carried away by the roar's bouncy enthusiasm, but do take advantage of the energy. You can accomplish a great deal with the energy being made available to you. This is a good time. Note that the roar is not grounded. Yeah, right. and is not meant to be, but humans need to keep their feet firmly on the earth. When you encounter the Ra, breathe slowly, center, earth yourself, be clear about your objectives, and then go for them. That's a really interesting combination. So if you put the two of these together, it feels like the energy around you could be like a little bit potent. I mean, that word is just coming to me, the potency of the energy. With this here, you know, kind of warning you about little obstacles that might be put in your way. You don't want to get overly, if you have the energy and the excitement, you want to sort of be able to direct it and contain it and control it and manipulate it to serve you. If you're not, if you let it get ahead of you, that might be kind of the energy where you fall on your face or something doesn't go quite right, right? Because we have the moon's daughter out and about with this and you as well. So let's look to the tarot and see. So again, it is funny, the Ra, I mean, it looks like a little ball of energy. So it does tell me that this is the kind of energy that you might be coming into, might be around you, something around you maybe makes you feel like this, or the idea or the potential of something is bringing in this energy. But the moon's daughter is specifically to me, this is like a full-on fairy energy. It's talking about your intuition, your psychic abilities, and sort of navigating through the unknown or a dark period. As the card comes out, what are they up to? What are they trying to do? The world is at the bottom. Everything else is reversed after that. Major cycle completion, major cycle starting. Kind of having the world at your fingertips. It might not feel like it. Particularly, you know, I feel like when this card comes out, I don't know that people particularly feel like the world is at their fingertips. Because you are involved in some sort of large cycle change. And endings. Like, I won't say just changes. Like, big things ending in your life. And, even greater things beginning, but that's kind of the in-between state. So sometimes when things are ending in our life, they leave voids, they leave space, but the space is there for new things to come in. But while we're sitting in that space, you kind of feel the void, right? You kind of feel the void. Okay, interesting. So I'm going to show you what has come out and what the card is sitting in terms of the spread, what it represents. And then we're going to clarify and get more information. So what are you being asked to release? The Ten of Cups. So she's asking you to release the Ten of Cups. We definitely need to clarify this because this is a really happy card in the deck. These are two people that have found, they share so much joy together, so much happiness. Maybe it's the concept of this that you're being asked to release right now. Maybe it's the pursuit of this right now that you're being asked to release and there's something else to focus on that maybe needs to be dealt with to come into this in the proper way. It could also be, you know, whoever this is with you, maybe you just need some time away from each other. There's a lot of ways that can be taken. Like I said, we need the clarifiers. So what are you being asked to embrace? That's interesting. I'm saying that's interesting because I'm realizing that the card was actually, I had placed it in the reverse. And you know, you know me, I don't usually read reversal. Unless there's something very significant about it. And it feels very significant that it's in the reverse. So what are you being asked to embrace? The Eight of Wands in reverse. You know, maybe, I want to say, because, you know, there are the potential for little pitfalls and hiccups for you right now, it feels like. There is the potential for little pitfalls and hiccups with these two energies. You're navigating through something unknown, or you're at least going to be. So you're being asked to release the pursuit of something that I feel like, but you're also being asked to, I mean, the Eight of Wands in the upright position is about communication. It could be swift communication, clear communication. It's about movement. It's about travel. It's about, you know, being very active, whether that is vocalizing things or physically moving, but it's reversed. So it kind of feels like, you know, not necessarily communicating, not moving, sort of staying steady. So hidden factors that you were unaware of. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This is a hidden factor, so it has something to do with you, whatever's going on with you, and the Eight of Pentacles. So it's something that you work on, something that you put a lot of passion into. It's really interesting because this person in this card, I mean, she's got bowls of incense. She's got a mortar and pestle. So, you know, a little bit like she's alchemizing ingredients and creating new things. She's physically transforming and changing what's present in front of her. She has an aloe plant, which is involved in healing. She has two candles. She's holding one, almost as if you know, that candle that she's holding has something to do with some sort of intention, prayer, meditation practice that she's being involved in for herself. There's also books and like a quill for writing. It's a very, you know, this comes off as a very creative, very harmonized energy. Your work, what you work in, what you're passionate about. Like it doesn't, when I say work, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, your 9 to 5 or whatever that is. It could be for you, but it could be something else that you do that you know, if you have a 9 to 5, but you come home and you do something else, or I don't know, you're a scout leader or you're something, you do something that you have a passion about. There's a harmony to me. This feels very harmonious, this Eight of Pentacles, but of course, we're going to clarify stuff. Okay, so the energy that is approaching you is strength. It's a strength card. So it does feel like there's a little pitfalls, there's mischief. Mischief abounds. Mischief. There is a potential for mischievous energy, I'm kind of feeling. It's really a good time to use your intuition, your deeper judgment as you're moving forward. Don't make any big, bold moves right now, is what I get with releasing the Ten of Pentacles and embracing the Eight of Wands in reverse. Oh my God, it's so loud. What? Let's clarify. So the strength, I mean, you're going through something. You're going to be going through something where there will be some challenges. And that always kind of strengthens you again. It strengthens your fortitude. It strengthens inner, you know, it strengthens things that may have triggered you in the past too. Things that may have triggered you in the past, and learning to push beyond that. They're not triggers anymore. Sassy cards. All right, let's clarify all of these. Hangman is at the bottom. I can see why. Things are starting to make sense. Or, you know when you sit in a chair and it's not quite right, and it's like one side is going a little bit numb? Yeah, that's not good. So, the Hanged Man, taking the, and then the Emperor and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Wow, you know what? Yeah, okay. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting like the phrase, pull back on the reins. Pull back on the reins. I'm going to show you what all this underline is, but it's what it's feeding me, like, pull back on the reins. There's something big here. Like there's some sort of big potential for you. It's almost like the energy is not quite right. Like if we're dealing with, temperance, and we're dealing with some temperance energy, Sagittarius's energy, it's not quite right. It needs a little more time for things to kind of blend together, right? This is what you're not aware of. I feel like all these little things in here, these are like really It's quite holistic too. Like there's so many things involved in this. It's very holistic. Like the mortar and pestle really spoke to me. Like things getting, you know, kind of ground into what they need to be. Okay, so the underline is the Hanged Man, the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and then the Nine of Cups. Do you see, like, I'm really getting this energy of, with your underline, just hold tight, observe, kind of allow things to move naturally as they should, would and will. Observe yourself in this. You're going to see something differently here. Okay, you're going to see something differently. Okay, you're being asked to release this, at least right now. I know when I tell people to release or embrace stuff, it could be for a couple of days, it could be for a week, it could be for a few hours. It kind of depends on your story, right? And if this even resonates. The clarifiers, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Hearts, and the Knight of Cups. You know what I'm feeling like? I'm feeling like this is saying, like, for you, right? Because the Ten of Cups is with someone else. The Nine of Cups, which is back here, is independently happy. I see that. Like, this is being very happy. And some people say this person is overindulging. See, maybe a little bit. You know, overindulgence is okay once in a while. You know, and then you kind of fix your weight. You go on a little diet. But it's... So to get to the, to really get to the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, I feel like through the journey of the tarot, you need to hit the Nine of Cups first. Both parties, right? Both parties, because there's two people involved in the Ten of Cups, because this is the singular. Like the Nine of Pentacles is also the singular, but it's more about physical things that you're looking after for yourself. This is emotional happiness. This is emotional happiness and stability. So we have the Four of Pentacles, you know, not move, it's stability, okay? This is really about balance and stability. We have the Three of Swords, so there's some sort of heartbreak, there's a broken heart here, there's sadness, there's grief, but then we have the Knight of Cups. So almost like wanting to come forward from a point of stagnant energy with the Four of Pentacles, but yet, even though it may look stagnant, there's always so much going on inside, which is related to the Temperance energy, which is things alchemizing and being blended and balanced properly, right? So there's probably some sort of healing that's going on, right? So whether, if this is for you, there's some sort of gesture. This is the gesture. Whether that gesture is something that you want to make, or that gesture is something that you're anticipating someone else making. So if you're anticipating someone else making this gesture, it could be deep friendship, it could be romantic, whatever it is, it's a very good connection with someone that takes you to the end of the rainbow, really. Like it's absolute happiness. It's two soulmates coming together. But the best way for these two soulmates to come together are for both of them to be independently happy, so that there's no codependency in this connection. But because we have the broken heart, I feel like there's this need or desire from someone's end to try to fix it with a gesture. Truly though, the Nine of Cups does need to be achieved singularly, because it is a singular energy. So we can't fix other people's ouchies. But we do all come to a point of healing on our own, and at that point then we need to engage. We get so far with that, and then we need the next level, which is someone else, which I think would be the Ten of Cups. And then it is always this harmonious healing. So the energy is not quite there, is what I want to say with that. So now, what are you being asked to embrace? This is Eight of Wands in reverse. The Six of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Page of Wands. The Six of Wands to me is the desire to move something into a better energy, to move it into a better place in time, to move it beyond what it was in the past to something new. It's telling me with the Seven of Wands, there's still some sort of hesitancy here. Someone is still hesitant. What we want to see happen is for all these wands to come down. So someone, whoever this is in the story, whether it's you're in the clarify, whatever it is, you're going to identify yourself. I'm not getting a strong message that this is them and this is you. So someone is still defensive. If it's the person associated with this, they're protecting, they're self-protecting. And there's nothing wrong with it unless they get so caught up in that they stay in it for the next 20 years. That's, you know, at that point, then they probably do need outside sources to help them move beyond it. They're not finding it on their own. But if this is someone who's just gone through something, or they've had a rough year, haven't we all, then they're still protecting. And I feel like when this energy comes in, this is now, all the wands are down, and there's one wand of communication, up and out and open. It's as if it's almost like a red, you're sitting at, it's like you've been at a red light, and the lights are working in reverse. Well, wouldn't that be interesting if they did that? Now, people would probably get antsy, and they would start to want to creep into the intersection. That's probably why they don't do that. Because I was going to say, it's like you're at a red light, and you're kind of coming into an amber light. You're going in reverse, and then you're going to get the green light. That's what this feels like. Okay. Okay, so yeah, the hidden factors you're unaware of. There's this Eight of Pentacles. So what is going on and what it is that you have a passion about or that you work at. The Two of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Judgment. Factors, hidden factors that you are unaware of. It's almost like there's something that you're looking for, something that you're hoping for. Something that somebody is. So whoever this is, I'm seeing here someone who's making a choice to want to go kind of out into the world with the Two of Wands. I'm making a choice. I'm really thinking about it. They're really embracing all the ideas and possibilities in their mind. And then they're going to go. They're going to go, but it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow, and it's going to be kind of planned, and it's going to be thought out. It's going to be thought. Just saying that. But it is like a total rebirth here. It's a total rebirth. It's coming out again, feeling alive. You know, when I say it's like a rebirth, it just kind of pictures like a little baby kind of learning to do tummy time. And then moving that tummy time into crawling. And then moving the crawling into, you know, getting up on their knees. And then that is then standing up and then walking. It's kind of like, this is the rebirth. So we've got to take the steps. We're going to fall on our face. Yeah, but we're going to fall. That's what I get from this. Like, there's the potential to fall on your face. I know Sagittarius is not quite as crazy and reckless as Aries. So you have more temperance energy. So I fall on my face a lot. Just ready to go, ready to go. So yeah, it's not quite. Things are alchemizing for you. So the energy that is approaching you is quite interesting, right? It's a Strength card. The clarifiers are the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. There is a lot of, there's a lot of love. I'm getting a lot of love, a lot of cooperation. And in the middle of that is the challenge. But the challenge is understanding the truth, I feel like. The challenge is understanding the truth, because the Strength card is here. There's something sort of to challenge us, to kind of push us to be stronger, to be more aware of ourselves and those around us and situations, like navigating through life. So there's a lot of love and feelings here. There's a lot of cooperation, working together really well. But what sits in the middle is, it's kind of like true clarity, true knowing, true understanding. I will say too, there is a potential with the Queen of Swords for something to get cut out if the truth is not clear. Because the Queen of Swords is like that no bullshit energy. All right, I do want to, you must be able to hear him. It's totally that energy in the reading. Okay, I'm going to ask a specific message from the Moon's Daughter and the Rar for you. Oh, look. See? The Ten of Wands followed by the Ace of Cups. There, see, the Ten of Wands is like the total energy where you could fall flat on your face. Because you can't see. This person can't see where they're going. They've got too much. It's almost like they're dealing with too much to be able to navigate it properly. So just take it really slow and steady right now. I'm really getting like, take it really slow and steady, but there's like, it really feels like that. There's something really good here, because it don't feel like you're being told that you are never going to get this or you shouldn't go for it at all. I feel like it's a big thing, and all that needs to be done, there's almost like there's just a little more time. It's kind of like you've been baking the best cake that's ever been made, and it told you to bake it for 18 minutes at 325. And you baked it for 18 minutes at 325, and it's like, it looks really good. And you open the door just ever so gently, and you get the toothpick and you stick it in and you pull it out. It's like, oh, it's not quite, you know, like some of the cake batter still sticks on. It's like, it's not ready. I mean, you could pull it out, and because it's the best cake that's ever been made, it's still probably pretty good. But if you just put it in and keep it in the oven for 2 more minutes, it's going to be perfect. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Kind of what I'm getting. 2 of Pentacles is at the bottom now. So there's different things in life that need to be juggled and managed and even brought together here. So yeah, so that's a really interesting reading. It felt very saggy. Like, it felt very saggy to me. Really wanting to go out into something like with this kind of like this excitement and this. It's a good intention. I mean, whatever this is really trying to correct pain. It's trying to correct stagnant energy, pain, heartache, whatever that represents on a very personal level for you or someone, and wanting to fix it. It's kind of like, just hang on a second. Just hang on a second. That's all you gotta do. All right, my tongue is kind of numb now, so it doesn't hurt so much. So I'm gonna go and do the extended reading, Sag, and as I said, we're gonna find out what the archetypal energy of your inner child is right now, and have your inner child speak to you. All right, guys, if I see you there, great. If not, I do look forward to seeing you here next time. Until then, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.